You are consulting with a hiring manager that just hired a high performer. And this manager is asking you what they need to do to make sure this person stays happy and works for their company for a while. You respond by getting to know this person and what they need or want. And you specifically talk about reducing the work-family conflict. What is some advice that you would give to the hiring manager about reducing work-family conflict to ensure this person stays with the organization for as long as possible? One of the most interesting things that I have learned through my studies of industrial organizational psychology is the need for onboarding and socialization. The first piece of advice I would give to the hiring manager is to be effective and intentional with the onboarding process. By demonstrating the history of the company, the vision of the company, and the company's core values, the newly hired employee will feel welcomed and a part of the team. This initial bonding aids in retention rates, which can be demonstrated in many studies across many industries, which includes the cruise line industry, which has a low retention rate. To help balance the tensions and struggles between work and non-work, I would encourage the manager to evaluate the feasibility of remote work, unconventional hours, and flexible paid time off. Our text highlighted that some companies offered unlimited time off and have found that employees do not seem to abuse that flexibility. Company support should be provided via mental health check-ins with employees. These may be especially critical after times of increased work strain and important deadlines. Sonnentag and others have done a lot of research into the value of recovery to prevent detachment and burnout. Following times of intense hours, stress, and deadlines, employees could be given the additional forced time off to recuperate. This additional time off helps in the form of recognition of hard work as well as providing the necessary recovery. This leads to less burnout and higher retention rates, as well as helps with the work and family component of work-life balance. One issue that I have noticed since my start in the professional life in 2002 is the universal adoption of the cell phone and subsequently the smartphone. These devices provide great capabilities and efficiencies in communications. However, they also serve to invade the family or non-workspace. There's an expectation that messages and emails can be delivered instantaneously and subsequently need to be responded to. As I was preparing for this discussion, my cell phone and my computer texting constantly was going off with interruptions from works and distractions. A study out of Sweden looked at the ramifications of flexibility in the workplace and found that employers that allow for flexibility have an expectation for constant availability. As a consultant, I would discuss this issue with the company and set up parameters for hours in which the employee is free from the expectation of availability. This could be in the form of scheduled emails and texts that arrive during conventional working hours. This should be partnered with the remote work and the flexible hours that are being offered. By offering additional time off, flexible work arrangements, and effective onboarding, strategically granted time off, and reining in the expectations for constant availability, the manager can effectively assist with reducing the work-family conflict.